From Red Zone Weather in Bruton, Alabama, with meteorologist Spinks Meganson. Severe weather coverage starts right now.
3:30 in the east, 12:30 out west, and 2:30 on the dot here in South Alabama and Northwest Florida, where we have another tornado warning. This one is in effect for parts of Okaloosa County. Possible tornado going to come on shore near Mariester in the northern Gulf of Mexico, right there just to the east of Navarre. Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm meteorologist Spinks Meganson, and we have been in studio all night long. This is yet another tornado warning, and this could be a tornado that's about to imminently move on shore here in parts of southern Okaloosa County. This is a call to action, meaning we need you to take action to protect life and property if you are in southern Okaloosa County, Florida. And this is a brand new tornado warning that has just been issued. So the first thing we need to do is establish exactly who's involved in this tornado warning that's valid until 3:15 a.m. Again, current time is now 2:31 a.m., so we've got 44 more minutes on this tornado warning. Possible tornado is actually a water spout right now out over the northern Gulf, and this is going to move just like this, basically coming on shore very near U.S. Highway 98 in the southern part of Okaloosa County, just to the east of, or excuse me, just to the west of Fort Walton and just to the east of Navarre in areas like Mariester. And so again, let's turn off the radar data and show you exactly who's involved in the new tornado warning that has just come on the board, and we'll zoom out a bit so you can get a better vantage point. If you are in Mariester or Harris, those are the two communities first in line to see this possible tornado in southern Okaloosa County as of 2:32 a.m. This is also going to come up into areas near Fort Walton Beach, Eglin Village, also areas near Eglin Air Force Base, Niceville, Duke Field, involved in this active tornado warning exclusively for Okaloosa County in Florida. This has nothing to do with Santa Rosa County. Santa Rosa County is fine right now. This is strictly a new tornado warning until 3:15 a.m. for parts of Okaloosa County, Florida, including Fort Walton, Niceville, Eglin Air Force Base, and Mariester. Let's go back over to our live radar source, and you're looking at the Mobile radar. We actually need to switch this to the Eglin Air Force Base radar because that's going to get a much better vantage point into this storm. So we'll switch our radar data to Eglin. There we go. And this storm is producing very heavy rain right now across parts of southern Okaloosa County. There actually may be some small hail involved in places like Harris, back over to Fort Walton Beach. Hail could be falling right now at Mariester as well along the U.S. Highway 98 corridor. And of course, we would advise absolutely no travel on U.S. Highway 98, which is the east-west drag in southern Okaloosa County, basically from Navarre, which is here in Santa Rosa County, all the way back over to Destin. And so no travel on U.S. 98 at this point, as we could have a dangerous tornado moving in from the south, from the northern Gulf. Again, watching this situation very carefully. Let's go back over to the iPad view and we'll show you on velocity what triggered this tornado warning. Again, just to set the scene, here's Santa Rosa County here. This is Okaloosa County. That is Walton County. This is the northern Gulf of Mexico. Possible tornado is still a water spout at this point, and this is quickly going to become a tornado once it moves on shore in Okaloosa County. So your couplet, in other words, your mesocyclone that could be generating a water spout is right here. The area of red and green where those converge, that would be your possible tornado, and this is moving just like that, all right? So on that trajectory, this is going to be an issue for the community of Harris and also the community of Mariester. And also, if you're in Fort Walton Beach, you are involved in this tornado warning polygon. And if you're in Fort Walton Beach, be in a safe place, all right? Same thing at Harris, same thing at Mariester, Wright, Eglin Air Force Base, also areas near Ocean City, Eglin Village, Niceville. And I realize Niceville is right there on the edge of the polygon, but if you're in Niceville, we want you to be in a tornado-safe place as a course of least regret. I know it's inconvenient. We are squarely in the middle of the night. It's 2:35 a.m. Central Daylight Time, and we have an active tornado warning exclusively for Okaloosa County in Northwest Florida. Let's back this up a bit. This has been a cell that has been really misbehaving over the last several hours as it has moved north across the Gulf of Mexico, and now this is on the doorstep of crossing over the beach areas into the land areas of Okaloosa County, and that's why the Weather Service has decided to go ahead and issue the tornado warning valid until 3:15 a.m. So again, watching this situation in Okaloosa County, Florida. Let's zoom out on the radar and show you exactly what we're seeing across the region. Some good news to pass along. If you are in any part of Mobile, Washington, Clark, Choctaw, or Marengo counties, you get an all clear. The severe weather issues have come to an end in all 5 of those West Alabama counties: Marengo, Choctaw, Clark, Washington, Mobile counties. You're out of the tornado watch at this point. And I suspect not too long from now, we're going to get a tornado watch cancellation for Monroe, Wilcox, and Baldwin. Those are going to be your next 3 counties that come out of the tornado watch. We haven't seen that just yet, and it's so busy right now. The Weather Service may be a bit running behind on these all clear messages, but I can just tell you, if you're in Monroe County, you get an all clear, all right? You're not going to have any more severe weather issues. You're done for the night. You can go to bed in peace. No more tornado issues in Monroe County, Alabama. Same thing in Wilcox County. You are done. Go sleep in peace. You don't have anything to worry about if you're at Wilcox or Monroe counties. Baldwin County is still involved in this tornado watch, and we'll need to check on those storms moving in from the west. I think those are going to be below severe limits behind this main batch of storms, but let's make sure before we give you an all clear for Baldwin County. Not ready to do that just yet. Again, we are here to track this possible tornado moving in to Okaloosa County, Florida. If you're just waking up with us at 2:37 early on this Wednesday morning, here's your tornado warning polygon. This does not include Holt, which was hit very hard last Friday by an EF1 tornado. So if you're in Holt, this is not for you. You are A-OK at Holt. Same thing at Crestview. Crestview had a close call last Friday with a tornado, but if you're in Crestview, this does not include you. This does include you if you're at Niceville, Eglin Air Force Base, Duke Field, also areas near Eglin Village, Valparaiso, Wright, Ocean City, Fort Walton Beach, Mary Esther, and Harris. Those are your communities right in through here involved in this tornado warning that's valid until 3:15 a.m. So again, you're looking at Okaloosa County, Florida, and let's go back over to the velocity data and we'll show you the circulation as it stands right now. Possible tornado continues to cycle up and cycle down. This would still be a water spout at this point. Here's your coastline, that line that I just drew, and that right there is your possible tornado moving just like that. And so on that trajectory, clearly an issue for Harris and Mary Esther. If you are in Harris, or if you are in Mary Esther in Northwest Florida, this is what you need to be doing imminently, right now. Lowest floor, site-built structure, away from windows and doors. If you're in a condo, you got to be on the first floor. You can't be on one of these high-rise type things. You got to be on the first floor, away from windows and away from doors. You want to put a helmet on. Tornado helmets, best possible thing on this list. Don't forget about the pets, all right? If you got a dog or a cat, you got to bring them in the tornado shelter with you, in the tornado safe place, all right? So don't forget about Max the dog or, Sheila the cat. Bring them in there with you, all right? So again, watching this situation in Okaloosa County very carefully as we have this ongoing tornado warning for Mary Esther first, all right? So let's go back over to the iPad source. And again, watching this with great intensity. The circulation approaching the coast will move on shore shortly, and this is going to be on the west side of Mary Esther before lifting near or over Hurlburt Field. All right, so a tornado is possible near Hurlburt Field in southern Okaloosa County imminently. I see we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning to tell you about as well, so we'll get to that in just a second. Warnings coming out left and right at this point. That thing is really ramping up as it approaches the coast. That right there could be a sizable water spout that's about to come on land near Hurlburt Field and quickly become a potentially damaging tornado. So again, we are encouraging everyone right now in Mary Esther or Harris to be in a safe place. Current time is 2:40 in the morning. And this is a situation that you don't want to see. I hate nocturnal tornadoes. In other words, tornadoes that happen in the middle of the night, because we got folks sleeping, and I can only hope that everybody in this area is getting a good loud warning other than a siren. You can't rely on an outdoor siren. We don't have sirens in this area in some spots in South Alabama and Northwest Florida. So I hope everybody has these wonderful wireless emergency alerts enabled on your phone, something that can wake you up, particularly in this area now under the gun from the possible tornado moving through Okaloosa County. Let's go back over to the big radar view. And you're looking at the Eglin Air Force Base radar at this point. And I see that the Weather Service has actually triggered this tornado warning, or excuse me, this severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be for parts of Covington County as well. And so you are now involved in a new severe thunderstorm warning if you are at Andalusia, Wing, Carolina, also areas near Red Level, River Falls, Strawn, Luango, Rome, Wing, Libertyville, Carolina, all involved in that new severe thunderstorm warning. And I believe that's actually going to be because of a, it's a broad circulation. Let me take you over to the iPad view and we'll show you that. This is not a tight circulation. And so the Weather Service in their assessment, they drew this polygon up. And basically this is right at the triple point between Escambia, Alabama, Covington, and Okaloosa counties, right in through here. This is out near Roberts and also out near Wing and Escambia Farms there in northern Okaloosa County. And this is an area that could be producing gusty winds coming into areas first near Wing and Rome, all right? And also Dixie. Dixie is included in the severe thunderstorm warning polygon in western Escambia County, Alabama. And so Dixie, Wing, Carolina, Rome going to be up first to see gusty winds up around, say, 60 miles per hour as this storm moves in from the south. There it is on the reflectivity, and this is just a big mass of heavy rain that's about to move in to those communities that I just called out. So let's go back over to the big radar view, and again, watching this storm down in Okaloosa County as it is our tornado warned storm at this point. Possible tornado is very near Hurlburt Field. And this is also near the community of Harris and also Mary Esther. And so Harris is here. Mary Esther is going to be right in through here. This is Fort Walton Beach. Ocean City is here. You've also got the community of Wright, Eglin Village, Eglin Air Force Base. The actual airport sits right here. And so all those areas that I just called out, you are involved in an active tornado warning that's valid until 3:15 a.m. As we continue to watch this very carefully, let's actually check on the velocity view here. We've been working at severe weather today since like 4 o'clock, and so we're approaching the 12-hour mark. It has been a long day, numerous tornado warnings, and this is the latest. Let's actually go back over to the velocity view because this thing, man, oh man, this continues to really show some intensity here. Right there, that could be a tornado on the ground. This would be just to the east, just to the west, I apologize, of Fort Walton Beach. And this would be to the east of Navarre and probably just a bit to the east of the county line, all right? Your county line's right in through here, and so this possible tornado is going to be moving just like that. This may potentially miss Lake Lorraine, Eglin Air Force Base, and the core of Fort Walton Beach a bit to the west. That would be a good thing. In other words, all this land out ahead of it to the west of Wright is the reservation, the land area owned by Eglin Air Force Base. So that really would be a best case scenario if the thing kind of did this number, because we know that people don't live in this particular stretch of Okaloosa County because it's owned by Eglin. There's a lot of woods out here. There's the bombing test range. There's up there, there's Camp J.E. Rudder, but that's going to be probably to the west of this circulation. And so hopefully that is what happens. But just like what happened earlier in Baldwin County, if this thing veers a little bit to the right of the mean flow or the left, we'll kind of have to watch that, because if it veers to the right, that could put it right over the population here in southern Okaloosa County. So we'll need to watch that over the next little bit. By the way, if you know someone in Harris, Mary Esther or near Hurlburt Field in southern Okaloosa County, tag them in the comments below, or if you need to call them, that certainly is a great way to get in touch with them, especially in the middle of the night when folks probably aren't naturally looking at their phones. Call them, text them, tag them, let them know there is an active tornado warning for parts of Okaloosa County due to that little red dot right there. That could be a tornado basically doing just like that. And hopefully on that trajectory, it will miss Niceville a bit to the west. That's the hope. In fact, hopefully it'll miss a lot of people, as on this trajectory, it would really stay over a very sparsely populated part of Okaloosa County. Let's go back over to the big radar view, which is the classic reflectivity here. And we're zoomed in real tight on southern Okaloosa County, where we could have some small hail involved in this storm as well. So that certainly is a possibility. Even in those areas that I mentioned, could have small hail involved. Let's show you the whole region, because at this point we are dealing with two warnings, one of which is a tornado warning for the southern part of Okaloosa County. Right in through there, watch it. There's the storm, and it's now on land in Okaloosa County. Here's a severe thunderstorm warning in place mostly for Covington County and places like Carolina coming into Andalusia. That storm could be producing gusty winds, so that's one to watch as well. The good news is this is going to be your main batch of storms, and once this gets through our area, we will be able to give everyone an all clear probably in the next hour or two. So it's not going to be long. We are coming to the close of this severe weather event, getting very close. We're not there yet for counties on the eastern side of our region. Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, Escambia, Alabama, Conecuh, Butler, Covington, all under a severe weather risk that continues. But the good news is the risk is slowly but surely coming to an end. Let's actually go back over to our Mobile radar on the iPad source here so I can check out these storms coming into Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. I believe that those are going to be, those are well under severe limits. And so let me show you that quickly, because I know we do have folks in Orange Beach that watch very regularly. These storms coming into Gulf Shores and Orange Beach are under severe limits, well under severe limits. Yes, there's some lightning, very heavy rain, but not severe. Same thing with this mess coming into Fairhope and Daphne. This is way below severe limits. So you're fine in Baldwin County. And with that note, it's prudent at this point to give all of Baldwin County, Alabama, a severe weather all clear. All right, so you're done for the night. In Baldwin County, all clear. You join Mobile, Washington, Clark, and Monroe counties, and Wilcox, Marengo, and Choctaw counties that we previously gave an all clear. So again, Baldwin County, you can go to sleep in peace. No more severe weather risk for Baldwin County. Yes, you may have some rain. Yes, you may have some lightning, but you're done for the severe weather risk for tonight. So with that said, let's go back over to our reflectivity view and show you that, again, this storm in southern Okaloosa County is the reason that we are here. And this possible tornado is going to be right in through here. I mean, this is a nail biter, all right? Possible tornado is right here on the western side of Ocean City, the western side of Fort Walton Beach. It's close. I mean, it's real close, but it looks like this tornado is going to remain out over Eglin property and not, hopefully, be a hazard to many folks. And that is depicted here on the velocity view. You can see your possible tornado is going to be right here. And that is, I mean, again, it's a nail biter. If I'm in Ocean City, Cinco Bayou, Lake Lorraine, Fort Walton Beach, you better believe I'm staying in that tornado safe place for the next 5 minutes until this thing clears to the north, no doubt about it. But this is a good situation based on the radar view, because again, this is going to remain over Eglin property most likely and miss the population a bit to the west. But again, give it 5 minutes and I'll be able to give you an all clear. I know it's the middle of the night. I know it's inconvenient, especially if you've got kids running around. It's super inconvenient, but we encourage everyone to always do the right thing in these tornado warning situations, just like what we saw in Baldwin County earlier. Like I said, the thing can veer to the left and veer to the right very quickly and without notice. And so it's just so important to stay in that shelter until we give you the all clear. And it's not going to be long until we do that. for Fort Walton Beach. I promise it's not going to be long at all. By the way, if you are in Harris, we can go ahead and give you an all clear. The tornado risk has clearly passed to your north. Same thing at Mary Esther, all right? So Harris and Mary Esther, we can go ahead and give you an all clear because this signature is now to your north. And keep in mind, this radar view that you're looking at as of 2:50 a.m. is a bit behind what's actually happening in the atmosphere because radar data is delayed 1 to 2, 3 minutes in this case. And so your possible tornado is actually probably somewhere right up in here by now. That is lifted away from Harris, from Hurlburt Field, and from Mary Esther. So those 3 places, we're giving you an all clear. And if you're in Fort Walton Beach proper, we'll give you an all clear at this point. Again, Fort Walton Beach proper is here. We'll give you an all clear. If I'm in Wright or Valparaiso or Lake Lorraine or Eglin Air Force Base, you need to stay in that tornado hiding place as this thing is on your doorstep. I mean, it's a close call just to the west, but for Fort Walton Beach and areas at the beaches, we'll give you an all clear. The tornado risk has clearly moved farther inland at this point. And I realize it's raining like cats and dogs. It is, a nightmare out there in terms of the rain and the lightning and all that. But what we care about in this situation specifically is the ongoing tornado risk. And look, there it is. This thing is veering just a little to the right. And actually, that puts it very near the community of Wright. And so if I'm at Wright, again, you need to be in that tornado safe place right now. Lots of Wrights at the community of Wright. Right now, please be in a safe place. And again, 5 more minutes and Wright, and we'll be able to give you an all clear. I can tell you this, at Niceville, this thing is clearly going to pass to a little bit to your west, it looks like. So if I'm in Niceville, I would hang out in that tornado safe place for the next few minutes, just as a course of least regret. And again, it looks like this thing is probably going to pass a bit to the west of Niceville. So that certainly is a good thing. This is about to be out over Eglin property and away from the major population down here. And so that is a good thing. Let's go back over to the reflectivity view and we'll show you that, again, this is a torrential downpour of rain in southern Okaloosa County happening in addition to this ongoing tornado risk. Here's the entirety of Okaloosa County. Very heavy rain at Crestview, back over to Baker, along State Route 4 and Interstate 10. These storms are under severe limits. The issues are the tornado issues down here in the southern end of the county, where we have this ongoing tornado warning valid until 3:15 in the morning. So let's see, what time is it? It is 2:53 a.m., so we've got 22 more minutes on this. And possible tornado is at the community of Wright or perhaps just to the west of there, moving off to the northeast at about 45 to 50 miles per hour. So on that trajectory, likely to pass west of Niceville in the next, say, 10 to 15 minutes. So watching this very carefully. And again, you are fine if you are at Crestview, all right? Crestview is A-OK right now. You are not involved in this active tornado warning polygon. Same thing at Deerland, Dorcas, Auburn, Florida, Campton, Baker, Milligan, Holt. You are fine. All right, north of Interstate 10, you're A-OK right now. The issues are south of the interstate. And again, for folks that just may be joining us, if you are at Harris, Mary Esther, Fort Walton Beach, or Hurlburt Field, you get an all clear. That polygon has been trimmed back and you are now no longer involved in the active tornado warning. So just to repeat, Harris, Fort Walton Beach, Mary Esther, Hurlburt Field, you're okay at this point. You can come out of that tornado hiding place. You are A-OK. Yes, you've got lots of lightning and ongoing heavy rain, but the tornado risk is now clearly farther inland near the community of Wright. And so here's Wright, right in through here. All these roads are Eglin roads, all right? This is on the reservation. And all that land that's owned by Eglin Air Force Base north of the actual airport. And the Weather Service is sending a message saying that they are going to continue this tornado warning because the signature remains fairly defined. We'll go back over to the velocity view, and your polygon is right there. That's your tornado warning polygon. Your actual tornado signature is going to be right here. And let's put this in motion and kind of get a general frame of motion of what we're looking at. Yeah, and this thing is just right on track at this point, doing a number just like that. And so on that trajectory, this is going to remain most likely just to the west of Niceville, just to the northwest of the actual airport, Eglin Air Force Base, which is the again, the actual airport there, but this is going to be over Eglin property for an extended period of time. We will see if this holds up as it approaches Florida State Highway 85, but as a course of least regret, we would tell you no travel at this point from Interstate 10 all the way back down to Fort Walton and Niceville on State Highway 85. You can't be traveling on Florida State Highway 85, which is the main north-south drag in Okaloosa County. We got a new tornado warning to tell you about. This is going to be for parts of, actually, you know what? Let's pull this up on the screen before I say this. This is going to be a new tornado warning for parts of Covington County. So this is a brand new warning, and this is going to be exclusively for Covington County. So again, Covington County, Alabama, you have a tornado warning coming on the board until 3:45 a.m., and that does include areas near Andalusia. So again, a tornado warning coming on the board for Covington County. We are getting out our Red Zone Weather app alert as we speak. And this is a situation where we have now not one, but two tornado warnings in the middle of the night, one of which is in place for Okaloosa County, and one of which is for Covington County. So let's quickly go back to our storm in Okaloosa County, because here's the deal. If you're in southern Okaloosa County, the good news is this is now north of the population centers. This is north of Fort Walton. This is going to be to the northwest of the airport out here, mainly over the Eglin property. So the main call to action in Okaloosa is no travel at this point on State Highway 85. Here's your new tornado warning, and this is going to be for parts of Covington County. The tornado warning was issued a moment ago, and this is now in effect until 3:45 a.m. So a possible tornado is down here very near the intersection of US Highway 29 and Alabama Highway 137, right in through here. This is going to be an issue basically paralleling Highway 29 into the city of Andalusia, Alabama over the next 30 minutes or so. And so what we're telling you, in Covington County, we got this new tornado warning, and let me actually show you the watch warning map and tell you who's involved, because we've got a ton of communities in Covington County that are now under this active tornado warning. If I call you out, you are involved in this active tornado warning, and we would encourage you to be sheltered now on the lowest floor of a site-built structure away from windows and doors. You want to put as many walls as you can between you and the outside world. Again, if I call you out, get sheltered. Carolina, Andalusia, any part of Andalusia, Alabama, Strawn, Clearview, Gant, Red Level, River Falls, Luango, also areas near out here at the intersection of Highway 29 and also Alabama Highway 137. All right, so those are the areas in Covington County under the gun from this possible tornado. Let's go back over to our radar view. Again, tracking two separate tornadoes, possible tornadoes at this point, early on this Wednesday morning, one of which is happening in Covington County. Let's show you on the velocity view, because again, on reflectivity, this is quite noisy. Yes, you've got a lot of heavy rain across Covington County, but if we go to the velocity view, you'll be able to see that this is the signature right there that the Weather Service is concerned about. This is very near the market out there at the intersection of Highway 137 and Highway 29 north of Wing. If you're at Wing, this is not going to be an issue for you. This is north of Wing, very near the community of Rome, coming into areas near Carolina and Luango, all right, out here in western Covington County first. And down the line, this is going to be an issue for Andalusia, all right? So Andalusia, Alabama, let's make it happen. Get to that tornado safe place right now. And so I'm going to put up the graphic. Take a screenshot of this if you need to. If you're in Covington County, you need to implement this plan of action now. If you're near Andalusia, Strawn, River Falls, Gant Lake, Clearview, Luango, Rome, Carolina. all those areas are involved in the active tornado warning. Grab a tornado helmet, something to protect your head. You need to implement this plan immediately if you're in the city of Andalusia, Alabama, as we have a possible tornado coming in from the south. And again, this thing is out here on Highway 29 at this point. Let's zoom in real tight so we can kind of talk through this together. Current time is 3 a.m. It's 4 in the east, it's 1 out west, and it's 3 a.m. here in South Alabama and Northwest Florida, where we are in the middle of a tornado situation here in Covington County. We've also got a tornado warning down in Okaloosa County, possible tornado out over Eglin Air Force Base property. Main call to action down there is Florida State Highway 85, no travel south of Crestview, north of Niceville on Highway 85. But again, let's focus on this thing in Covington County. This thing is right at Pleasant Home School. If you're familiar with this area, Pleasant Home School is the main landmark in this zone. This is Highway 29 right in through here. This is going to be Alabama Highway 137, where the road comes in right there at 29 and 137. There's where that new market is. You can pull over in the middle of summertime and get a nice sweet treat there at that market. And that's where your possible tornado would be right now. Just to the east of Pleasant Home, moving just like that. And so on that general movement, we are looking at a situation where this possible tornado is going to be in Carolina in the next 3 to 4 minutes. These storms are wasting no time tonight, and they're moving very quickly to the northeast at about 50 miles per hour. Let's go back over to the velocity view. And again, for folks that may be just waking up and joining us, we are looking at a situation where we have 2 more hours approximately of severe weather issues on the eastern side of our local area. I do see that we've got some new information from the Weather Service in terms of tornado watch cancellations back to the west. We'll get to those in a minute, but first we need to focus on Covington County, because again, your possible tornado is here at the intersection of 137 and 29, coming into areas near Carolina and Andalusia and River Falls, basically near the Conecuh River, which runs right in through here. This is going to be very near Carolina imminently. So if you know someone in Carolina, Alabama, in Covington County, I would call them, wake them up, let them know that a possible tornado is coming in from the south, and it's going to be on their doorstep potentially in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Based on that radar view that we just saw update, probably quicker than that. And so again, Carolina, you need to be in a safe place. If you know someone in Carolina, call them, wake them up. Yes, it's inconvenient, but you could save their life. Same thing in Andalusia, all right? So if you're in Andalusia, you are also involved in this active tornado warning. There's the polygon, and this does include Heath, Strawn, Antioch, Gant, Red Level, River Falls as well. Let's go back to our storm in southern Okaloosa County, because this is a tornado warning that continues for the next several minutes. We'll zoom in tight and find our tornado signature down here, and it's still hanging on. In fact, if I take you over to the velocity view, you'll see that right in through here, that's going to be your possible tornado in southern Okaloosa County. And again, this is out over Eglin Air Force Base property. There's really not folks who live out here on this particular part of the property, but the call to action is basically from Niceville and points back to the west towards Florida State Highway 85. And so the big call to action here, no travel on Florida State Highway 85 from the interstate at Crestview, Interstate 10, all the way back down to Niceville. At this point, we can successfully give an all clear to Fort Walton Beach, Cinco Bayou, also areas near Wright, Lake Lorraine, the actual airport right there at Eglin Air Force Base where the planes come in, all clear for those areas and points back to the south. Ocean City, you are in the clear at this point. Same thing at Harris, Hurlburt Field, and Mary Esther. You got an all clear earlier, but just to reiterate, those areas are now out of the danger zone. Possible tornado is way up here and lifting away towards Duke Field in central Okaloosa County. So let's go back up to our storm in Covington County and check it out, because this is a tornado signature at this point right on US Highway 29. There should be no one traveling on US Highway 29 between the let's say Dixie right here in eastern Escambia County, Alabama, all the way up to Brantley. All right, so no travel on US Highway 29 as of 3:05 a.m. for basically anywhere in Covington County on Highway 29. You can't be traveling right now, as this could be a dangerous tornado moving in from the south. And again, if you're in Andalusia, keep in mind that I realize we got sirens probably going off all across Covington County. This is a deal where we've got a legacy siren system, from what I understand, in place across the county. But if you are in Opp or Florala, this has nothing to do with you, all right? This tornado warning is specifically for Carolina, Andalusia, Luango, Red Level, River Falls, Gant, Strawn, Antioch. Also, areas near Rose Hill are involved in that polygon. But again, if you are at Opp or even the Andalusia Opp Regional Airport, Sanford, Horn Hill, Onika, Florala, Lockhart, this has nothing to do with you, all right? This is the western side of Covington County under the gun from this possible tornado. Again, getting in here pretty tight because we are observing this possible tornado down here around Carolina. Right in through here is going to be your possible tornado, and this is moving basically parallel to US Highway 29 right into the city of Andalusia, Alabama. And I don't say that to scare anyone in Andalusia, but I do say it because you need to be taking precautions, all right? Lowest floor, site-built structure, away from windows and doors, no cars, no mobile homes. You got to be wearing a tornado helmet if you're in the city of Andalusia, Alabama. This is not going to be a long-form deal. I'll be able to give you an all clear, hopefully in about 20 minutes, all right? That's the maximum time this is going to rumble through. This storm is moving very, very quickly, and so you're not going to be in that tornado safe place long in Andalusia, but you need to do it now, all right? Make it happen. If you by chance are seeing this feed somewhere else and you're not in Andalusia and you've got friends or family there, you need to call them and wake them up and let them know that this possible tornado is down here around Carolina right now, moving just like that. And so again, on that trajectory, coming into Andalusia at this point. Getting several clarification questions on these tornado warnings, and let me just stress, again, we've been talking about it left and right. If you are in Crestview, this tornado warning has nothing to do with you. It's never had anything to do with you, and it probably won't have anything to do with you. So again, Crestview, Baker, Milligan, you are fine. And I see that the Weather Service, they're actually going to allow this thing in Okaloosa to expire. And so in their assessment, they believe that this storm is now weaker, and thus it no longer poses an imminent threat to life and property. And thus, I can tell you that if you're in Okaloosa County at this point, the tornado risk is much lower, all right? So that means because this is going off of the board and expiring, we're going to focus exclusively on our storm in Covington County. So again, no more tornado warning for Okaloosa County. Just to repeat one more time, Okaloosa County, you are okay at this point. The tornado risk is lower, and the Weather Service is allowing that tornado warning in Okaloosa County to expire. Let's talk about Covington County, because that's where we have our ongoing tornado warning. And I tell you what, this thing near Carolina it means business. Right in through here is where your possible tornado would be. And look, that's right at Carolina. The signature is perhaps not as defined as it was, but just like storms all day, this probably is cycling up and it's cycling down. It can't make up its mind. It's a situation where this thing may cycle back up just as quickly. So again, possible tornado is at Carolina, Alabama, just to the west of Libertyville. This is US Highway 29 here. 137 is down here. This is Alabama Highway 55 right here. And again, the city of Andalusia, Alabama should be totally sheltered. The medical facility, which is Andalusia Health, they're in the middle part of town. That tornado plan should be implemented at this point. Possible tornado coming in from the south. We're in the middle of the night. Fortunately, we don't have schools in sessions or buses rolling or anything like that. So that is a good thing. We don't have kids in the schools. But again, the major place in through here would be Andalusia Health. And yeah, look at that. It's kind of cycling back up on that scan. Let's actually switch over to the Fort Rucker radar. Fort Rucker is over in East Alabama. over in Dale County is where that radar is. Yeah, and Eglin's going to have a much better vantage point. So this is Covington County. That's your possible tornado, and this is not what I like to see. This is a possible tornado coming into a major city here in South Alabama. Andalusia is kind of the east-west connector between the east and west part of the state, and many folks in through here. And so please be in a safe place if you're in the city of Andalusia, Alabama. If you're in Opp, this has nothing to do with you. Same thing down at Florala, Lockhart, Onika, Horn Hill, Babby, Sanford. You are okay. From the airport, the Andalusia Opp Regional Airport points east, you're okay. Has nothing to do with you. This is strictly for this zone of western Covington County, where we have this ongoing tornado warning valid until 3:45 a.m. Let's see what this is about. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning, and this is going to be for parts of Santa Rosa and Okaloosa counties. We'll look at that very briefly to see what we've got going on. And that's going to be a new severe thunderstorm warning, actually for southern Okaloosa County. So that has not popped on our screen just yet. The tornado warning is gone, all right? So in Okaloosa County, the tornado warning is gone. We told you that a minute ago. The Weather Service has let that go and expire. But the only tornado warning that we've got as of 3:11 a.m. early on this Wednesday morning is for central Covington County. It's because of this, all right? Possible tornado is basically at the elementary school or coming into areas near the elementary school. If you're familiar with this area, this is US Highway 29 right in through here. Alabama Highway 55 runs right there. And if you're, again, familiar with this area, you know you've got the new co-op being built right there by the Kubota facility, right there at the intersection of 55 and US Highway 29. That's Southern Equipment Company. And so from there and points north, you need to be in your tornado safe place, all right? Andalusia, River Falls, Heath, Strawn, Gant Lake, all those areas. You need to be in that tornado safe place now, as we could have a tornado on the ground. Let's look at the velocity on this, because this is a couplet that is coming right into Andalusia imminently. So again, wake folks up. I know it's the middle of the night, it's inconvenient, we got to go to work in the morning, but wake them up, call them, text them, tag them in the comments below. We need folks in Andalusia to do something about this and be in a tornado-safe place due to that thing right there, basically moving like that. And so possible tornado is basically on the southern side of Andalusia at this point, moving to the north-northeast at a rapid 50 miles per hour. Let me check a few other things here, and while I do that, let me take you back to the radar view. Yeah, and the Weather Service is noting that this circulation is at Andalusia at this point. And so it is too late to try to, get to a safer structure. Hopefully you're not in a mobile home. Hopefully you're not in a car. But if you're in Andalusia, you've got to shelter where you are, as this possible tornado is now at Andalusia right in through here. And again, it's hard to pinpoint exactly where the thing is because the radar data is hitting this at about 5,000 feet above the city of Andalusia. And so I don't want to be so specific. This whole area is involved in an active tornado warning. This possible tornado is moving into Andalusia from the south. And I can tell you this, if you are in Covington County and you are at Carolina or points south, we'll give you an all clear. So again, Pleasant Home will give you an all clear. The tornado risk is to your north coming into Andalusia. Same thing if you are at Loango, all right? Loango is right here. The tornado is over here. So again, Loango gets a tornado all clear at this point. Yes, you've got a lot of rain, some lightning involved here, but the tornado risk is at Andalusia. And I say risk, this is a possible tornado coming in from the south. We have had 30 tornado warnings today. It's been a crazy and I say day, we're now in day 2 of this. We're in the middle of the night on Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022. I'm meteorologist Spinks Meganson, and tracking a possible tornado at Andalusia, Alabama at this point. So here's Andalusia. Just to think about this area, let's do something we don't normally do. We'll zoom in real tight and kind of show you some streets in through here. Possible tornado is going to be somewhere right in through here. And again, this is US Highway 29. This is the bypass of Andalusia right here. Zaxby's sits right about here. And then you've got areas out here like the Walmart on the other side of town. You've got Hook's Barbecue on the bypass. You've got the car dealership right here. You've got downtown Andalusia right in through there where the courthouse is. You've also got Andalusia Health on the south side of town. All of those areas, if you live within 5 miles of any of those things that I just called out, you need to be in your tornado safe place now, all right? Hopefully this thing is a rotating thunderstorm that is not producing a tornado. But if it is producing a tornado, I can just about guarantee we're going to know it very soon, as this is moving through an area where the population density is certainly higher than it is across most places in our local area. So again, you're looking very tightly at Andalusia in the center part of your screen where this possible tornado is. At this point, I can give you an all clear if you are at Carolina. The tornado risk is clearly now at Andalusia, and if you're at Carolina or points south, all clear. So no issues at this point from Carolina points south in Covington County due to an imminent tornado risk. Let's go to the velocity view on this, and you can clearly see that right there is your circulation center, basically at Andalusia, coming into areas near Heath. Again, this storm is wasting no time. This is not going to be one that lasts for 30 or 45 minutes. None of that. In 5 minutes, I'll be able to give Andalusia an all clear. It's not going to be long. 5 more minutes, Andalusia, you will get an all clear. Looking at the comments on this, on Facebook Live, I have not seen reports of damage just yet, and hopefully we have no damage from this. Like I said, best case scenario in a situation like this is that this is an elevated thunderstorm that has a large amount of rotation, but no tornado touching the surface of the earth. But again, hope is not a plan, as we know, and we want you to be in that tornado safe place if you're in Andalusia, River Falls, or Heath. This is clearly going to miss red level to the east. And so if you're at red level, you were included in that tornado warning polygon. But if you're at red level, we will give you a tornado all clear. Again, red level is not going to experience this tornado. There's no doubt about that at this point. Red level gets an all clear. But if you are at Gant, Heath, Andalusia, Gant Lake, Clearview, you are next in line to see this possible tornado. Same thing, by the way, at River Falls. If you're at River Falls, clearly this is going to be an issue to your east. And so River Falls is here. Possible tornado is going to be down and through here. And so if you're at River Falls, this is going to miss you a bit to the east. Not by much, but just enough to make a considerable difference. And so River Falls, you get a tornado all clear. I realize you're technically still included in that polygon, but again, we can see it on radar, and no doubt about it, your possible tornado is going to be right in through here, lifting out just like that. And so if you're at Heath or Gant or Strawn or Gant Lake, you are involved in this active tornado warning. And not only that, but you also are in the danger zone in this polygon where you could have potentially some tornado issues over the next few minutes. Really, right in through here is going to be your possible tornado, and it's moving like that. And so perhaps on that trajectory, this possible tornado may be on the say eastern side of Gant Lake. This is Highway 29 right here. Gant sits here. Clearview sits here. This kind of butts up against the lake. Could be on the eastern side of Gant Lake, moving just like that, all right? And so on that trajectory, we will see if the Weather Service decides to extend this tornado warning into parts of southern Crenshaw County. If they do, next in line would be Dozier and Brantley, basically paralleling US Highway 29. So putting you on notice, if you're watching in southern Crenshaw County, be aware, Brantley and Dozier would be next if this thing holds its strength. Let's go back over to our classic reflectivity view, and we'll show you that regardless of where you are in Covington County, we have got a lot of heavy rain, especially on the western side of the county. We'll put this in motion, and you can see that this storm originated down here around Wing, and what's happened, it's basically paralleled Highway 29 as it has come into Andalusia, and now it's beginning to exit out of the city of Andalusia to the north. It's not there yet, and we want everyone in Andalusia to remain sheltered for the next 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll be able to give you an all clear for the city limits of Andalusia, Alabama. It won't be long, I promise. Like I said, this is a quick-hitting event, not going to last very long at all, but for the next few minutes, remain in that safe place. Here's your new severe thunderstorm warning, and this is the one that's in effect for Okaloosa County. If you are in Destin, Niceville, Fort Walton Beach, Ocean City, Hurlburt Field, Mary Esther, Crestview, Deerland, Dorcas. These storms are nasty. Lots of heavy rain, lightning, gusty winds, but there is no imminent tornado concern at this point in Okaloosa County. So again, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Okaloosa County, and I believe that the Weather Service has decided to do something with this tornado warning. Yeah, they're canceling, all right? They're canceling the tornado warning for Covington County. So this is great news, and I agree with them. Let's show you why real quick. On the velocity display, there is just nothing there. I mean, this thing has collapsed, and it's collapsed very quickly. You can see the signature was very well defined when it was over Andalusia, but then watch what happens. Poof, it's gone, which is great. And so, with that said, we now have no active tornado warnings for any part of South Alabama or Northwest Florida. So hear me out. If you're in Andalusia, Strawn, Gant, areas near Gant Lake, Red Level, River Falls, Carolina, all of Andalusia, you get a tornado all clear. Rose Hill, everyone that was involved in this tornado warning in Covington County, it is now gone. And we are giving you a tornado all clear in all parts of Covington County, Alabama. You are done with the tornado warning, and you can go back to sleep as long as you have a way to get warnings. I think this event is probably going to be over rather quickly, really across the region. But nonetheless, just to be safe for the next hour, I would have a way to get warnings. But look, let's see if we can go back over to our different radar view here. In the remainder of Southwest Alabama, things are really coming to a close rather quickly, and I can promise you it is not going to be long until I give the final all clear for the entire region, probably in 45 minutes to an hour tops. And so that certainly is a good thing. This thing is really beginning to wind down. And the current time is 3:22 a.m. And as of this point, we have no active tornado warnings for any part of Southwest Alabama or Northwest Florida. So here's what I want to do. I know many of you have stayed up throughout the night, and we appreciate that. Watching our coverage, that means a lot to me and to our sponsors as well. Be sure to support our Red Zone Weather sponsors. Let's look at the storms as they stand right now, and then I want to do an assessment, make sure we're not about to get another tornado warning, and then we will potentially call it a night. Hopefully these storms are about to exit on out of here, and we will be DONE, all clear for the night. We're not there yet, but I promise we are getting real close. All right, first thing to know, you got storms happening right now in parts of Butler, Covington, and Crenshaw counties. These are under severe limits. Heavy rain continues near Andalusia, also near areas like Red Level and Gant Lake, the storm that was previously under the tornado warning. It's now not, all right? You have no active warnings for Butler, Covington, or Crenshaw counties as of 3:23 a.m. Let's go farther south. You've also got some scattered showers across Escambia County, Alabama. Storms noted near Waubee, near Atmore. You've also got storms happening near Damascus, Dixie, back up to Johnsonville and Castleberry. All of this is simply a bunch of showers. It's not really anything major. Same thing down here at Pensacola. Lingering showers happening. You've also got lingering showers happening near Daphne, Fairhope extending down to Point Clear, and a few showers also happening offshore. The bigger storms are clearly happening offshore from Destin, and we note that the severe thunderstorm warning for Covington County that was in effect earlier, that is now gone as well. The Weather Service has canceled that, and the warning that was in effect for Okaloosa County has actually just been canceled as well. And so as of 3:24 a.m., conditions are finally beginning to improve. And let me look at a few other things here. Yeah, for the first time in many hours, we have no active tornado warnings, and not only that, we have no active severe thunderstorm warnings either. And so this is great news. Conditions beginning to rapidly improve across our area. Not giving the final all clear just yet because, again, we still do have storms across parts of Covington and Okaloosa counties. But I can tell you this, I see one thing that has changed since we started this live video. We can give you an all clear in all parts of Baldwin, Escambia, Florida, Santa Rosa, Escambia, Alabama, Conecuh, and Monroe counties. Those counties are now out of the tornado watch. And so with that said, we've got 3 local counties left in the tornado watch: Butler, Covington, and Okaloosa. And I suspect in 30 to 45 minutes, we'll be able to give a final 100% all clear to the entire region. We are getting very close to that point as of 3:25 a.m. And because we don't have any active tornado warnings, we are going to go back to covering storms in the Red Zone Weather app. I don't really expect any more tornado warnings at this point, unless perhaps we get one more in parts of Butler, Covington, or Okaloosa counties. That is a small possibility, so it's not all clear just yet, but again, we are getting super close to that point. Be sure to watch Facebook in the coming hour for the all clear. That will certainly be a moment we can all look forward to. By the way, next forecast video will be posted by 7 a.m. As soon as we give the all clear, I'll go work on that. And then I promise you, I'm going to bed for many hours. Hopefully starting around, say, 7 a.m., I'm going to get some sleep. But until then, watching the weather very carefully as we continue to have a low-end risk of severe weather over the next hour in Butler, Covington, Okaloosa counties, and Points East.
Be sure to find us across social media, and don't forget to download the free Red Zone Weather app and set up your customized alerts. Please support our Red Zone Weather sponsors who make our coverage possible every single day.